So our hypothesis will be H equal to green, hard, no wrinkle, the same. Then consider the example 3. We have to see the last column of this example, which means no. So no represents the negative example. So what are the attributes here? Brown, soft, no, wrinkle, and what will be the outcome of this example is no. So we have to neglect this example and have to consider the previous one. So we have to write as it is, H equal to green, hard, no, wrinkled, right. Then coming to the example 4, orange, hard, no, wrinkle, and what will be the outcome of this example is yes, right, yes, which means positive example. So we have to consider this example and how to match with the previous one. So we compare each and every attribute with the initial data. If any mismatch is occurred, we replace that particular attribute with the general case question mark. Here we are using general hypothesis. What is the symbol of general hypothesis is question. So after doing the process, the hypothesis become H equal to first attribute, we replace the first attribute. Why? Because in the previous example it was green and this example it is orange, remaining are same. So we have to replace question mark in the place of orange. So question mark, hard, no, wrinkle. Then coming to the example 5. Green, soft, yes, smooth. What will be the outcome of this example is yes. So this is a positive example. So we have to consider this example and have to compare the previous example, that is data, initial data. How to compare with the initial data. So what is the first one? Already we replaced it with question mark, comma, soft, and then the previous one it is hard. So we have to put question mark for this one, and for the fungus it is yes, and in the previous one it is no. So it is mismatch. So have to replace with question mark, and it is in the previous example it is wrinkled and it is smooth. So question mark. So all the attributes replaced by the question mark. Finally, the outcome of this example is H equal to question mark, 4 question marks. And this is the algorithm of a simple Find S. This is the simple algorithm of Find S algorithm. First we have to initialize H to the most specific hypothesis in H. And for each positive training instance X, for each attribute constraint A in H, if the constraint A is satisfied by X, then do nothing. If it is a positive value, if the constraint is satisfied, which means it is negative value, we do nothing. Else replace A in H by the next more general constraint that is satisfied by X. If it is a positive value, we have to find the hypothesis. Otherwise, we have to leave the values as it is. Hence, for the given data, the final hypothesis would be this is for the previous example output. Final hypothesis will be H equal to question mark, 4 question marks, question mark. So all the attributes are mismatched with the previous one, which means initial data. So generally we reached our general hypothesis. And applications of Find S algorithm. Find S algorithm is used to find the maximally specific hypothesis, and using the Find S algorithm gives a single maximally specific hypothesis for the given set of training examples. And the Find S algorithm only considers the positive examples and eliminates negative examples. And these are all some self-assessment question. Find S algorithm starts from the most specific hypothesis and generalize it by considering only positive value always. And second question taken from the general machine learning, and this is for terminal question. What if there are several maximally specific consistent hypotheses? In the hypothesis language, H for the enjoy sport task, that is always a unique. So H for the enjoy sport task, that is always a unique. Most specific hypothesis consistent with any set of positive examples. Here we are going to take the examples randomly. However, for other hypothesis spaces, there can be several maximally specific hypotheses consistent with the data. So we can add some data set into the question, and we may ask some simple questions, simple data we can ask in the terminal. I summarize the terms. Find S algorithm is specifically used to consider the positive values and neglect the negative values, and which is used to find the specific hypothesis. That's why it's called Find S algorithm. And these are the representations of Find S algorithm. Question mark indicates general hypothesis, and pi represents the specific hypothesis, and these are the steps of Find S algorithm. And it always starts with the most hypothesis, H equal to pi symbol, and taking to the example, if it is a negative value, we have to neglect the example, and Find S algorithm always consider only the positive values. And this is the simple example of Find S algorithm, and each and every hypothesis we are going to replace the we are going to compare the given attribute with the initial attribute and have to replace it with the symbol question mark, which means a general hypothesis, until all the training examples are complete. So this is all about Find S algorithm. Thank you.